Hi there, my name is Kat Kavanaugh, and this is a brief overview of the Water Rangers website. When you go to waterrangers.ca, you can click on Go to the Map, and this is our app, and it functions like a map. It's all location based. So you can pan around, you can zoom in, and these represent clusters of locations. So this is 215 locations. You click on it, and it'll zoom into that area. You can also geolocate to you using this button in the bottom right-hand corner. And so you can see nearby observations. If you want, you can also filter the map by various parameters: water quality tests, invasive species, issues, or groups. And people can tag their observations with these things. And if you're accepted into a group, then you can tag it with a group. So let's look at the Rideau Valley Conservation Authority Watershed Watch program. And these are all the locations for that program. So we're going to zoom into there and we're going to have a look. This is Big Rideau Lake, and I know a guy who has a cottage near here. Without logging in, you can view a summary. You can view all the data. We really believe in open data. And when you're logged in, you can add observation report issues. So we're just going to explore for now. So we're just going to hit View Summary. What it creates is a summary of this specific location on this lake. It's based on 22 observations. The more important things for lakes are nitrogen and phosphorus, so we can get an idea of what the values are by hovering on them. If I'd like to go to a specific date, I can click on Based on 22 Observations, and then you can see an individual date. So let's look at last August, and we can see the nitrogen and the phosphorus value. If you don't know what these mean, you can click on this little helper and you can see what those different values mean. As you can see, this is associated with a group, the Rideau Valley Conservation Authority, and we can click on their profile and we can view some details about them. We can see all the locations for that group and the various people. So we allow you to explore the map without logging in, and you can also view all the groups that we have here. When you're ready to add your own observations or start your own group, you'll need to log in or sign up. Sign up is through Google or Facebook, or you can fill out this short form. You have to select that you understand our terms of service and click I am not a robot. There you go. So I'm going to log in with Facebook because that's easy for me to do on my phone. When you're logged in, you'll also get this button where you can request to join this group. The administrator for that group will get an email that asks them if they can join your group. So you want to get people that have been trained in your protocol. Once you're logged in, you get your own profile. So we'll have a look at mine. And you can see that I'm associated with 5 different groups, and I've been trained by them. And I can associate individual observations with different groups, depending on who I'm testing for that day. I'm also a gold watcher, which means that I've done lots of observations, more than 100. We like to reward people for making more than one observation in a single spot. Each person can view all the locations where they have observations, or you can click on observations, and then right here on the form you can edit your observations. So for example, I was at the Maumee River in Ohio a couple weeks ago, and I can show that individual observation. There's only one observation at this point, but we can still view the summary. So this is the individual observation report, and then we can view the summary. If I was to add another observation there, I could hit Add Observation. I'd know that it is for this location. So this would be for the Water Rangers Explorers team, and it was on the 14th at 8 a.m., 8:05 to be precise. and I saw some fish jumping in the water, and then I did some, I'm just going to do this as a test, and then I'll delete it later. But I'm just going to show you how it works. So the pH, let's say it was 8. The water temperature was 14. It was a warm day, 22. Dissolved oxygen was 8. Conductivity was 300. So you enter in all those values, and the second day, I remember it was not very good in meters. It can add photos. You can add multiple photos, and then you can add a note. We like to ask people to note the weather. So once I create this new report at This Mommy, I become a location guardian because I had made more than one location a single location. Woo! New badge. So this is this observation report, but if we go back to the location summary, you'll see it starts to graph the data. And then you can look at photos for that location. And the whole idea is allowing people to record data over time. Now, you can also on the platform add observations directly from the map. You geolocate to you, or you can click on the map anywhere and it will become a clicked location. And I can add an observation or report an issue right from there. So when I add an observation, if it's a new location that's never been used before, we ask that you enter in the body of water. This is the Rideau River. And then a name so that we can better identify, especially for larger bodies of water. We also ask that you describe the location itself. Is it difficult to access? Is the water still or moving? And then you create the observation as usual. I'm an administrator of my group, so if you'd like to set up your own group, please contact us and you will be able to become an administrator. When you're an administrator, you're able to edit the group and you get this form, the group name, the description, where you're located, contact information, website, testing protocol, and add links back to your own website if you have reports that you'd like to share as well. We also allow you to add a group image and an area image. And then you're able to organize groups, make people administrators, or remove them from your group. And the whole idea is to keep your data together. Your group has a leaderboard, your members are listed, and then you have a map that shows where all the locations are on your group. You can also see all the locations here and you can scroll through so that you can view them. And it takes you straight to the location summary page. I just want to quickly show you how to report an issue and what sort of tools we create. So say we wanted to create an issue at this boat launch. We're going to hit report an issue. And what you get is 6 options. And these are some top level categories so that we can filter the map. We're going to say that we noticed some pollution there. We can change the date. And we can describe the issue. It's really important to remember what the weather has been like in the last 24 to 48 hours. If you've seen it before, if you've notified other agencies, you can add photos. We highly recommend that. And then we automatically say that you're going to report it to your group. If you don't have a group, this will be empty. And if that group is set up to accept issues, you can report it to them and it'll email them. You can also add email and phone number if you'd like to contact them directly. Those aren't public, but the rest of the report itself is public. When you submit it, it creates this pollution report. And what we do is we start a timeline. And what you can do is you can accept it as the administrator of this group or as the person that has reported the issue itself. You can accept it, investigate it, you can close it, so something like if the problem disappears on its own, or if it gets resolved if someone does a cleanup. So if we say we're investigating it, we can choose a date and time, and we can add comments. So what it does is it creates this little timeline, and then everyone can be on board about what's happening. Our friends in Mobile Bay are using this system really well. As you can see, we have who it's reported by, who's reported to, lots of nice photos, and then a timeline to show when it got resolved. You can also go to the summary page. We have space for observations, issues, and then a comment forum. So those are the main tools of Water Rangers. If you have any questions, please get in touch.